Hello, everyone, and welcome to the U16 Eastern Challenge presented by Amherst Toyota. I'm Craig Brett along with Roger Surratt and Paul Delmotte at Alumni Field on the campus of Mount Allison University in Sackville, New Brunswick. This evening's game is between Team Quebec and Team New Brunswick.
Should be a great game here tonight. For those, yes, I've just joined the broadcast crew. I'll be translating in French for this broadcast between Quebec and New Brunswick. Should be a great game between these two teams.
New Brunswick kick it off. It's collected by one of the upbacks, big defensive lineman rumbling through for Quebec. It's Julio Monfiston, and he gets across the 45-yard line to the 47. Quebec will start first and 10 from there.
Julio Monfiston avec le retour pour la province du Québec. Ballon est à la 46 sur le côté du Québec. Premier essai.
Quebec being the top-ranked team here, knowing last year when they played, they were such a powerhouse.
Louis Fortier is the starting quarterback for Team Quebec. He has a six-man offensive line in front of him, including a tight end. All right, handoff. A lot of room on the right side for David Gabriel-Georges. He gets a big first down for Quebec.
Belle course à l'extérieur pour David Gabriel-Georges, le numéro 1 de la région de Terrebonne. Premier essai pour Québec.
Just taking off to the left side of the formation, taking out wide and getting around the corner and getting some serious yards on that first down play.
So first and 10 for Quebec again, now in New Brunswick territory. Spread formation this time for the team in light blue. Hand off again to Gabriel-Georges. He busts through the left side. He's off to the races. He's at the 20. Can they stop him? No, they can't. Touchdown, Quebec!
David Gabriel-Georges avec une course de 46 verges pour un touché. Deuxième fois qu'il touche le ballon en autant d'essais. Et le Québec qui mène 6-0.
Not even a minute into this first quarter of play, and Quebec puts their marker on the board.
Well, that was just too easy for Quebec, as the left side of New Brunswick defense exposed twice by the speed and power of the of the Quebec running back. Amen Boisvert on to attempt the convert for Team Quebec. Gets it up. And it's through.
Transformation de Boisvert est réussie. Le Québec qui mène 7-0 ici avec 11-17 à faire dans le premier quart.
12 minutes and a quarter. That means we have played 43 seconds of the game. And Quebec already have a 7-0 lead, everyone.
One has to remember Quebec is a powerhouse in this league. We've been seeing that for years, especially when you get up to the college league. But, I mean, the notes that we originally got, explosive running back can break tackles and use his speed to outrun defenders, home run hitter. And we've seen that so far with his 2 runs.
L'an dernier, le Québec avait affronté le Nouveau-Brunswick dans le premier match. Et après un quart, c'était 35-0 en faveur du Québec. 49-0 à mi-temps avec la marque finale qui était 52-7 pour la marque finale en faveur de la formation québécoise. Ils sont les favoris ici au tournoi Est-Canadien. On voit déjà seulement 2 essais et 7 points inscrits.
Boisvert with the kickoff for Quebec. Sends a high one, not too deep. Picked up at the 20-yard line by Aiden Tobin. He goes sideways rather than forwards, and he's wrapped up quite quickly by Dylan Latareur of Team Quebec. New Brunswick will start first and 10 at their own 27.
Aiden Tobin, qui cherchait une ouverture, ne pouvait pas la trouver, a été plaqué par quelques joueurs du Québec. Maintenant, la formation du Nouveau-Brunswick va commencer à leur 28 premier essai. La première fois qu'ils vont avoir le ballon à l'offensive.
Diego Arsenault with the throw for Team New Brunswick in and out of hands of the intended receiver, Jonah Crandall. That'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Jonah Crandall qui a échappé le ballon sur la passe de l'extérieur d'Aiden Tobin. 2e essai maintenant pour le Nouveau-Brunswick.
Yeah, just getting those quick patterns out there. You got to bring that in, try to get some positive yardage on the play, but he wasn't able to secure the football.
Diego Arsenault calling the signals for Team NB. Abdul Martin Anofi in the backfield with him. This pass has a lot of mustard on it. Crandall could get one hand on it, but not a second one. It falls incomplete, bringing up 3rd down.
Un bon lancer de Diego Arsenault, mais un peu trop haut pour Jonah Crandall. Maintenant, le Nouveau-Brunswick vont faire un botté de dégagement et redonner le ballon au Québec.
Yeah, I mean, a solid couple of first plays called. They just weren't executed, but they were able to spot areas in the zone that they can get the football to.
And execution is key if you want to, compete with the top team coming into this tournament, which is Quebec. You can't make many mistakes because we saw what they've done, and they can turn it around and make it and get a quick score.
Brady Tubb to kick this one away for Team New Brunswick. Left footer gets it away. It's caught at the 50 by Dave Lieka-Balom. He gets some purchase on the left side, gets up ahead of speed, turns the corner. He's inside the 20. Hamilton has a kicker to beat, and he beats him for a Quebec touchdown.
Quelle reconnaissance de la part de Dave Lieka-Balom à prendre le botté de dégagement. Voit qu'il n'y avait aucune ouverture dans le milieu, coupe à l'extérieur, touché sur le botté de dégagement, 13-0 pour le Québec.
So you have a bit of a nylon sitting there on the A in the center field, but the touchdown is good.
Okay. The penalty marker was no yards against Team New Brunswick. Declined, of course, put 6 more on the board for Team Quebec.
And we've gone through 1 minute and 47 seconds of this first quarter of football.
12-minute quarters here in U16. Another convert attempt pending for Team Quebec.
L'entraîneur de l'équipe Nouveau-Brunswick, John Wilkinson, qui est en train de motiver ses joueurs. Juste oublier de ce qui s'est passé dans les dernières 2 minutes. Juste mettre l'emphase sur le prochain jeu. Prochaine fois qu'on est à l'offensive, la bottée de transformation est réussie. 14-0 maintenant pour le Québec.
Boisbert's convert is good, making it 14-0 for Quebec over New Brunswick.
The easiest thing to say is New Brunswick's got to hold on to the football for a little while, because when it gets into the hands of Team Quebec, they tend to put numbers on the board almost right away.
Yeah, just got to sustain drives. Just get some positive yardage.
Get some confidence.
Go from it. Yeah, gain some confidence.
Yeah, right now I think the Quebec are just outrunning the tackles, outrunning the angles, using their speed, and it means New Brunswick they have to be extra disciplined, as it were, on their angles and their contain, or there'll be a lot of these kickoffs by Aimant Boisbert. High end over ender, bounces at the 25. And sliding to cover it is it's Martin Brennan, wearing number 5 for Team New Brunswick. Or perhaps Aiden Tobin, 6. It was Tobin. No return on the play.
Aiden Tobin qui a tombé sur le ballon, parce que ça va tomber sur le terrain et rouler vers la gauche. Premier essai maintenant pour le Nouveau-Brunswick à leur 25.
When that ball hits the carpet, you want to make sure you secure it. And the moment your knee touches down, that's the end of the play.
Because that ball is live off the kickoff.
Arsenault hands it off to Anofi. He pinballs his way through the line of scrimmage, but not much further to bring up 2nd and long.
No, there's just a perfectly timed run from the outside on the left side.
Abdul Martin Anofi, porteur de ballon. Seulement aucun gain. Maintenant, encore deuxième essai et 10 pour le Nouveau-Brunswick.
First carry for 0 yards. Second and 10.
Spread offense for New Brunswick on 2nd and long. Arsenault looks to throw it. Doesn't like what he sees, and then certainly doesn't like what he sees. A sea of blue descending on him, and he is sacked. Sackville Fortin with the sack for Team Quebec.
Sackville Fortin avec le sac du corps arrière. Aucune chance pour Diego Arsenault. Il cherchait pour aller vers sa droite. Il n'a vu aucune option de son côté. Aucune chance d'aller voir l'option numéro 2. Et maintenant, le Nouveau-Brunswick vont faire un autre botté de dégagement. Troisième essai et 17. 8,58 à faire ici dans le quart numéro 1. Le Nouveau-Brunswick tire de l'arrière de 14.
Tubb standing at his 5 to receive the snap. Gets a good one. Gets the kick away under pressure. Nice high spiraling kick. Picked up at the 54 by Dave Liekabalom. New Brunswick corral him right away. Possibly no yards on the play, but at least they managed to corral him.
Pénalité sur le terrain. Le Nouveau-Brunswick a une bonne couverture sur le botté de dégagement. Dave Liekabalom avait aucune chance à y aller, mais la punition pourrait aller sur le côté du Nouveau-Brunswick pour 0 verge.
I think he was trying to time it up right there, but he stepped one pace forward into that, and that ended up making it not 5, but 4 yards.
Let's check it out. Yep, no yards against New Brunswick is the official call.
That was a good aggressive play, though, by New Brunswick, just like trying to storm in towards the middle, trying to clog the lanes, but just a little too close.
Yeah. No, I mean, he tried to time it up, but as I say, he got the movement in, and once you had that movement.
And that's the 15-yard variety of penalty because the ball was caught in the air. So good field position for Quebec. It'll go up to the 35-yard line, 1st and 10 for Quebec from there. Quebec, the home team in this game, by the way, because of their superior ranking. Handoff right side and then cut back left by Gabriel Georges. Good solid tackling in the middle of the field by New Brunswick.
David Gabriel Georges, course de 4 verges. Liam Haché, qui était impliqué dans le plaqué pour le Nouveau-Brunswick.
And also Ethan St. Pierre was in there wrapping up at low end, and just a good solid tackle.
Good support from the halfback Haché for New Brunswick. 2nd and 6, little swing pass to Gabriel Georges. He's in the open field. He's on his way to the end zone, and he's in there again. However, there is a penalty marker down. Before we call touchdown, we will wait and see.
David Gabriel Georges avec un touché de 31 verges, un mouchoir sur le terrain.
Penalty was against New Brunswick. It is declined. Touchdown, Quebec.
Hors-jeu pour le Nouveau-Brunswick. Et on est à 20-0 maintenant pour la formation du Québec, en train de dominer dans ce premier quart.
Yeah, no, the flag went up, the play continued. You know it was offside, but he just got to the outside, the right side of the formation, and just, yeah, you can't give him open space. You have to corral him, you have to catch him at the line of scrimmage. Now, that was a pitch, but still, you have to get him right after he gets to the football.
So Boisvert on again to attempt a one-point convert. Ball's on the pin, ball's up.
Botté de transformation est réussi. 21-0 pour le Québec et on n'est pas encore à mi-chemin de ce premier quart. 4 minutes 6 secondes qui est écoulé. Le Québec qui domine.
A little different than the first game we saw earlier.
No, it was a low-scoring affair, at least through the first half. It was 8-0 after 24 minutes of play. 12-minute quarters at this level, by the way, everyone. It's 21-0 after just over 4 minutes of play here in this one. Once again, Boisvert has it on the right-hand hash mark. That seems to be his preferred spot to tee the ball up from. Deep returner for New Brunswick on that side is Aiden Tobin. Ball's headed in the direction of Tobin. He takes it at his 18, heads in field, looks for a block, gets a small chip block, but there's just too many blue shirts there. And he is pulled back at the 25. We'll give the tackle to Zachary Dubrovski.
Aiden Tobin qui a coupé au centre n'a pas pu voir une ouverture plaquée par quelques joueurs du Québec. Premier essai. Maintenant pour le Nouveau-Brunswick qui tire de l'arrière de 21. Le ballon est à la 25.
Same thing we saw before when he received it. He was trying to look for. This time he decided quicker to get to the outside and got a few yards in the play. In the previous kickoff, he just wasn't able to get any zone to run into.
First down to Brunswick from their own 25. Four receiver set. They pitch it right side to Anovi, and he's got nowhere to go.
Oh.
He's snowed under.
On a perdu le ballon du côté du Nouveau-Brunswick.
Yeah, it says Samuel Tremblay comes away with the football after the fumble, and goes bad worse for Team New Brunswick.
Ballon récupéré par Samuel Tremblay. Premier essai maintenant pour le Québec à la 21.
Not a place you want to be giving the football back to Quebec. You're trying to hang on to that, but he wasn't able to. It was knocked out, and Team Quebec was able to recover that football.
Louis Fortier calling the signals for Team Quebec. Gets a clean snap, drops back to throw, throws it over the middle. Receiver is wide open for a touchdown. Loya Ismaila Diasse Valade with the touchdown catch for Team Quebec.
Lola Ismaila Diasse Valade avec le toucher de 21 verges lancé de Louis Fortier, mais sur le jeu, David Gabriel Georges avec un très beau bloc qui a donné la chance à Fortier de lancer à Diasse Valade. 27-0 maintenant pour le Québec.
Well spotted, Roger. Gabriel George with the block that time, picking up the rush. So I mean, the guy's doing everything.
Oh, that was a beauty of a block. You know, if you're looking at for a running back who's blocking one-on-one, you know, you saw the linebacker come in, you know, on a blitz. He just stood there, did a beautiful block to give time to Fortier to throw it in the end zone to a wide-open Diasse Valade.
Convert is good, by the way. Makes it 28-0 in favor of Team Quebec. And points off turnovers that time, Paul.
Yeah, I mean, and in that reception, there was, there's open, there's wide open, and then there was that.
Yeah.
I mean, you couldn't even call it the seam because it was just the defensive backs were so far to either side of it.
Timeout called by Team New Brunswick. I'll take that opportunity to thank our sponsors. Amherst Toyota is a proud supporter of hard work, leadership, teamwork, and excellence in our youth. That's why we are dedicated to supporting football, including minor, high school, football in New Brunswick, and the Mount Allison Mounties. We are proud to welcome you all to Sackville, New Brunswick, the definition of small-town football. Come see why so many people choose Amherst Toyota.
They've got the coaching staff, let's regroup. Let's try to get back on our game. Let's show them that we can play this game and just try to make the most of it. And, because it's so easy when you get, all these plays to just fall back on your heels and just stop playing. And they've got to keep playing and put up a front. So we'll see what happens after they get the ball this next time.
Le cas du Nouveau-Brunswick ici, on est de l'arrière 28-0, juste assez de tenter de trouver des choses positives, un essai à la fois, juste assez de développer quelque chose ici. On est de l'arrière de 28 contre la meilleure formation ici au championnat Est canadien. Juste trouver des bonnes choses, juste un moment à la fois.
Just play against the guy that you're supposed to be playing against on this play. Break it down as small as possible. If you can beat the guy you're supposed to block or the guy you're supposed to tackle or whatever, that's enough, right?
Basically, just try to simplify things.
Exactly.
Don't make it too exotic. Simplify, just execute.
Okay, once again, it's Tobin going sideways. Never quite got the corner and was pushed back.
Aiden Tobin, une autre fois, tente de couper vers le milieu. Cette fois-ci, il est en train d'aller vers le côté près du terrain. N'a pas pu trouver une ouverture. Premier essai et 10 pour le Nouveau-Brunswick. Ballon est à la 21.
This time at the 21. Field position is Paul's been somewhere between the 20 and the 27 just about all game.
Yeah, no, long field, and I'm just going to make a shout out to Evan Lewis, who just did a stellar block in front of that, trying to allow him to get to the outside. On the last kickoff, he had a good block as well.
Arsenault throws it to the short boundary, fighting for a couple of yards is James Fullerton. He gains a couple of yards, maybe 3 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 7.
James Fullerton attrape le ballon sur une passe de Diego Arsenault pour 2 verges, deuxième essai et 8.
They're just so fast to react to the football, and so they just come in so quickly off the zone for the wrap-up on that one.
Arsenault sends his receivers in motion. He rolls to the right, looks to the right, has no one to throw to just yet, and he is wrapped up and thrown to the turf by Alex Laflamme. But that was coverage. Both receivers on that side were just blanketed.
He was. They're reading that really well. They're going to the boundary and just giving solid coverage down the field.
Diego Arsenault qui tentait de rouler à l'extérieur pour chercher pour un receveur était plaqué pour un gain de seulement 1 verge sur cela. Un autre botté de dégagement pour le Nouveau-Brunswick.
Once again, Brady Tobin put formation. The Lake Ballon back to return. High snap. Gets the kick away under pressure. Bounces and skips out of bounds just outside the 50-yard line.
Le Québec recevra le ballon toujours sur le côté du terrain du Nouveau-Brunswick, mais sera à la 51. Ici au terrain alumni sur le campus de l'Université Mount Allison. Pour ceux et celles qui nous regardent, nos homologues francophones, très belle université, très beau terrain, probablement une des plus belles surfaces ici dans les provinces des Maritimes. Un véritable mecca pour le football dans la région. Sackville, une très bonne école secondaire aussi.
Félix Rodrigue in the game for Team Quebec, taking the handoff left side, gains about 5, but there's a flag down.
Félix Rodrigue avec une course de 3 verges, mouchoir sur le terrain. Et la pénalité va aller au Nouveau-Brunswick.
Got an illegal substitution.
Really? Okay.
Il y avait un joueur qui avait couru sur le terrain sur les derniers moments. Et voilà la pénalité de substitution illégale. Le premier essai est 10 pour la formation du Québec.
Ball moves forward to the 41 of Team New Brunswick. First down Quebec from there. Another handoff. Oh, it just tripped as he was off to the races is Rodrigue that time. And little flyby tackle there from the D lineman. I think that was Christopher Atwin who stuck his arm out.
Christopher Atwin avec le plaqué, mais Félix Rodrigue avait une ouverture et s'en allait vers l'extérieur. Mais comme on peut bien dire, on a fait le plaqué sur les lacets des souliers. C'est bel et bien ça.
2nd and 7. Flag flies. The ball is bobbled and dropped by Tyler Mercier. That'll bring up third down, pending the flag.
Tyler Mercier qui a échappé le ballon. Vraiment la première erreur du Québec ici dans ce premier quart.
Offside going against Quebec. They've had a couple of them that have been pretty darn close, and this one the flag finally did come out.
Hors-jeu pour le Québec.
All right, result of the play would be 3rd and 7, and so penalties declined. And the punt team steps out for Quebec.
Pour la première fois dans cette rencontre, le Québec vont faire un botté de dégagement.
Samuel Patry back to kick for Quebec. Evan Lewis deep for New Brunswick, along with Aiden Tobin.
Evan Lewis et Aiden Tobin à recevoir le botté de dégagement.
Ball bounces, picked up by Lewis at the sideline. He makes the first man miss, but he's angled it out of bounds before he can get to the 20. They mark him out at the 16.
Aiden Lewis qui a fait manquer le premier joueur du Québec s'en va à l'extérieur. Premier essai. Ballon est à la 16 et là maintenant le Nouveau-Brunswick cherche à trouver des petites choses. Ils ont pu avoir des avancements positifs dans leur dernière séquence à l'offensive. On va voir qu'est-ce qu'ils peuvent faire ici.
This time he had his chance to take the football. He was able to get that one deep move in there, a couple extra yards, but very short field on that punt.
Brunswick with a 6-man O-line, including a tight end. They're going to run it left side. Anofi carries several tacklers for a gain of 2, maybe 3 if he gets a good spot. We'll give him 2.
Abdul Matin, Anofi, porteur de ballon pour 2 verges. On a été de droite à gauche. Deuxième essai pour le Nouveau-Brunswick.
Yeah, he had to fight a lot just to get those few yards on that carry. It's when you're caught in the gap and you have to carry them with you. You can only get so far.
Second and long for New Brunswick. Diego Arsenault takes the snap, hands it off again to Anofi, again left side, again no gap. This time I fear he didn't gain a thing. Down at the bottom of the pile was Samuel Tremblay. And it'll be 3rd and 8.
Anofi porte le ballon de nouveau pour le Nouveau-Brunswick. Aucun gain. Et le Nouveau-Brunswick vont botter le ballon une autre fois au Québec.
It's quite an equal battle between the O-line, the New Brunswick O-line and that defensive line in Quebec. Trying to get north-south on that is, you're not going to get much more than a couple of yards.
Well, they're big and they're strong in the center of that Quebec D-line for sure. All right, Brady Tubb kicking it once more. Usual suspect back there to return. The Lake Ballon. This kick is blocked.
Oh, le bloc pour le Québec.
And another touchdown. Well, now we have a penalty marker after the play. Trying to get the number on the blocker. Was it 35?
Now, did he cross the line early?
No, that flag came in late. Number 30.
Touché par le numéro 30, Dylan Laterreur de Saint-Élézard.
Unsportsmanlike.
We have unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. Objectionable conduct, I guess.
Objection, sorry. Yeah.
That's what they call it in football against Team Quebec after the touchdown. Touchdown stands. Makes it 34-0, so blocked punt for touchdown credited to Dylan Laterreur. Wow, it seems like Quebec are scoring them every which way.
Bottée de transformation pour Eamon Boisvert.
Ball's on the pin. Boisvert has it up and it's good. Makes it 35-0. for Quebec over New Brunswick.
35-0 pour le Québec avec 2,42 à faire dans le premier quart, mais avec la pénalité de conduite antisportive après le toucher, le botté sera fait plus loin que d'habitude. Donc le Nouveau-Brunswick ici pourra avoir une belle séquence sur le terrain à commencer plus près de la ligne centrale.
What now?
Huh?
I thought that objection.
Oh non, c'est contre le Nouveau-Brunswick qui va être la punition.
I thought the no. I think
The ref is pointing.
I think
He's pointing at the umpire going, wrong
okay, that's there we go. The objectionable conduct was marched off momentarily the wrong way. The kickoff will come from the 35 of Quebec.
That makes more sense. Ça fait plus de sens.
But it's like the ref walked up and he looked at him and just arm went out that way.
That's right.
That way.
Very good. You got it right in the end. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
So kickoff will come from the 35 following the objectionable conduct penalty that was assessed after the touchdown. Boisvert sends it to Lewis. Lewis looks for a gap. No gap appears. But he does secure the football and gets across the 35 to about the 37.
Evan Lewis est monté dans le milieu, plaqué à la 38. Premier essai pour le Nouveau-Brunswick. Best field position for New Brunswick here so far in this
I was just about to say that. It's about the best field position that they've had.
No, that's it.
Now they just got to do something with it. Spend some time with football.
Okay, New Brunswick going with a spread offense this time. 5 wide receivers, 1 running back. They run a little slot back sweep. That doesn't do much as Zian Izagoni tackles the runner about 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
James Fullerton avec la course plaquée derrière la ligne par Zian Isekogi.
I mean, those plays got to happen fast, right? They've got to get fast, get to the outside. And the pursuit that was coming in there in case the running back was coming forward, they were going running back, quarterback. Well, they'll just go with the foul on the sweep.
Deuxième essai et 15 pour le Nouveau-Brunswick.
2nd and 15. Arsenal drops back, throws a screen pass. It's collected by Jack Hughes. And he gets 7 or 8 on the play. Still brings up 3rd and long.
That was scary high, and he just was able to get his fingers on it, turn around, and just make one little deke there to get the yardage on that play. You know, normally most of those plays have just been stopped real short.
Bel effort pour le Nouveau-Brunswick. Maintenant, 3e essai.
We have an injured Quebec player on the field. I haven't been able to identify the number just yet.
Looks like they're working on his right leg.
So while he receives attention, let me introduce you to the rest of the crew. Brian Fisher is our producer this evening. Greg Ireland, Dave Colley, and Pierre Morin are the camera operators. Ian Allen is the site coordinator here at Alumni Field. William Kabalambi was the injured Quebec player. He walked off under his own power. He's a defensive back listed at 6'3", 160. That's a tall drink of water.
William Kabolambi, joueur blessé sur le terrain, mais qui a marché sur sa propre force. Toujours un bon signe. 3e essai et 4 pour le Nouveau-Brunswick. Ils vont faire un botté de dégagement.
Top back to punt for New Brunswick. High kick. Skips away from the Lake of Ballon. He's corralled, fights and struggles, but he's twisted to the ground by Jack Hughes.
Et le Capelombe qui a été retenu dès qu'il a pris le ballon dans ses mains, va par derrière et plaquer. Le Québec va commencer avec le ballon dans leur propre zone à la 24.
I mean, what really worked there is they had the ball in towards the numbers. They had contain on the front. They had stoppage at the front, contain on the side, and it's the first time I've actually seen them have the deke to try to get around. And then Hughes just wrapped up and would not let go. And I think a little bit of that swing was trying to get rid of the football as well.
Premier essai pour le Québec, Louis Fortier.
All right, he hands it off to, I think that's Rodrigue. I'll get the number when he stands up. Yep. No, it was Jamel Heshmeore. He's out to the 35, and that's enough for a first down, but there is a flag on the play.
And Ethan St. Pierre getting the final wrap on that.
That flag is in the general about unnecessary roughness against Quebec.
La course de Félix Rodrigue est niée en raison d'une pénalité contre le Québec.
Okay, that was a crackback block, clip. The unnecessary roughness. And that'll be
way back.
Way back. They're going to march back 15. It'll be 1st and 25.
Et on recule de 15 verges. Premier essai et 25. Ballon à la 9.
Okay, Rodrigue, the ball carrier this time, has a head of speed going in on the right side. He's caught from behind after a gain of close to 10 yards.
Rodrigue, une bonne course. Un peu plus de 10 verges, deuxième essai maintenant et 14 pour le Québec.
And again, we can mention Ethan St. Pierre coming in on that tackle out of Fredericton High School.
So 2nd and 15 coming up. Fortier looks to throw over the middle. Is caught.
Très beau plaqué de la part de Ethan Saint-Pierre dans le milieu du terrain.
Boisvert with the catch and run, but he's stopped some 9 yards shy of the first down. And that was the last play of the first quarter. After 12 minutes of play, the score, Team Quebec 35, Team New Brunswick 0.
35-0 après 12 minutes de jouer. Deuxième quart va commencer dans quelques instants. Ce sera un botté de dégagement pour le Québec.
Just the first time we've actually seen Quebec get put on their heels for this one, and just some good solid play from the linebacking core, especially Ethan St. Pierre.
And this is, you remember when we just turned 28-0, there was a timeout taken by Team New Brunswick, and I think that kind of settled the players down, reset their expectations. And they played better since, I believe.
Yeah, they have. And also you got to give credit to the middle linebacker, Ethan St. Pierre from Hanwell. Played some great football, just covers from sideline to sideline. Made a couple of nice tackles here on the last couple of plays. And you need that type of leadership on the field, a guy like Ethan St. Pierre, to really guide that defense.
First play of the second quarter will be a punt by Quebec. Samuel Patry sends it deep. Collected by Evan Lewis. He has nowhere to go. He is swarmed just on the New Brunswick side of center field.
Evan Lewis avec le ballon. Seulement une course de une verge, mais le Nouveau-Brunswick va commencer à mi-terrain ici au début de ce deuxième quart.
Oh yeah, the tip of the ball is just on center field. All right. So they're not quite in Quebec territory yet, but they're almost.
It's the best position I think they've started from all game.
I think it's the best position they've been in all game. Arsenault dumps it off over the middle to his tight end, Aiden Sincor, and gains about 3 on the play.
Éric Cinqueur avec le ballon attrapé du lancer de Diego Arsenault. Un gain de 4 verges, deuxième essai pour le Nouveau-Brunswick.
Again, his back turned towards the defender, making sure he secured that catch and got at least a few yards on that play.
Second long, Arsenault backs up, throws it over the middle. It's caught. Sincor again. First down, New Brunswick, inside the 40.
Très beau lancer de Diego Arsenault. Trouve Éric Cinqueur pour premier essai, le premier essai pour le Nouveau-Brunswick. That's their first down of this game.
I believe it is their initial first down.
And just a solid curl play. Again, getting into position where you're the only one who can get to the football. Took a little bit of time developing, but he made sure it was worth it.
Un gain de 14 verges.
First and 10, New Brunswick from the 38 of Team Quebec. Arsenault rolls to his right. He's in trouble, and he is caught down, and we have a flag at the end of the play. He was...
Mouchoir sur le terrain, Diego Arsenault plaqué derrière la ligne. And as soon as that ball went high, you knew he was going to be in trouble.
Yeah. Salko Kwame Philanthrope Dion with the sack for Team Quebec. We'll see if there was unnecessary roughing face mask. He may have interfered with the grill whilst making the tackle. That's 15 yards from the previous line of scrimmage, and another first down for Team New Brunswick.
Un autre premier essai ici pour le Nouveau-Brunswick à la suite d'une pénalité de 15 verges pour avoir retenu le casque protecteur.
Yeah, just coming in off the edge, just sort of ignoring the side, just being unblocked and able to get to the quarterback. They just didn't wrap up correctly on that one. That gives New Brunswick great field position.
Ball's at the Quebec 23. Team New Brunswick driving. Going to try and run this one left side. Going to push the pile. Everybody. And finally, the whole thing collapses. That was
Jack
Hughes on the ball again. And give some props to Wesley Hicks, the O-lineman, for trying to help him push forward there.
A little bit of a maul there, shall we say.
You're an old rugby player, Paul. Must have brought back memories.
It did indeed.
Brings up 2nd and 8 for Team New Brunswick from the 21.
Un gain de 2 verges pour Jack Hughes, deuxième essai, et 8 pour le Nouveau-Brunswick.
Arsenault fakes to Hughes, throws it out on the edge to Théo Perron. And he had some room, but it was closed down very quickly by Émile Rodrigue.
Jeu anticipé par le Québec sur la feinte au porteur du ballon, lancé à Théo Perron. Un gain de 3 verges.
I mean, when that play option happens, you want them to commit in towards the running play, and they just held their spot in the zone. When he secured the football, they quickly wrapped up on him.
So that brings up 3rd and 6. New Brunswick going to keep the offense out there. Arsenault under pressure, gets it off. It's complete, but well short of a first down is Evan Lewis. Quick tackle by Adrian Fraser-Maxwell.
La pression impliquée par Zachaël Fortin a forcé le lancer de Diego Arsenault, mais passé et le Québec va recevoir le ballon de nouveau sur leur propre côté du terrain.
I mean, they either need to run a double tight end set or a running back and an H-back just to give him, the quarterback, a little bit more time. He's getting about 1.5 steamboats, and that's it.
So promising drive stalls with a turnover on downs. Quebec retake the ball, 1st and 10 at their own 17. Handoff to I think that was a smaller back, Rodrigue, and the Brunswick tacklers just wouldn't let go.
Well, one particular one who was wearing 98.
Yeah, Pascal Robichaud.
Pascal Robichaud de grandir avec le plaqué derrière la ligne. Le porteur de ballon, c'était Félix Rodrigue.
He got a hand on that jersey, and he just became a land anchor.
Brings up 2nd and 11 for Team Quebec. Anthony Gauthier in at quarterback for Quebec. Gauthier throws it, and just a little bit behind the intended receiver, Hugo Beaudry, and falls incomplete for 3rd down.
Gauthier maintenant derrière le centre. Lancé incomplet. Le Québec maintenant, poté de dégagement.
That's good. Seeing solid play, pressure being put on him. He just split between the two receivers, 14 and 15, and either is long for one or short for the other. And again, it's a great opportunity for Team New Brunswick to get the football in a great position on the field.
Indeed, the returners for Team New Brunswick are in Quebec territory to receive this kick from Samuel Patry. Bit of a line drive kick, stops at the 45, and just covering the ball is Evan Lewis. And once you do that, they blow the whistle, and it's 1st down to Brunswick at the Quebec 43.
Evan Lewis qui tombe sur le ballon. New Brunswick aura possession de la zone du Québec à la 43. Premier essai, 35-0 avec 6,51 à faire de la première demi.
You want to just secure that football. We've seen a lot of times where people have just tried to go get it and scoot the ball forward and hand it back to the other team. So just make sure you maintain possession, great field position.
So they spotted officially at the 44, 1st down New Brunswick from there. Arsenault hands it off to Hughes. Hughes puts his head down, gets, let's say, 2 or 3. It'll bring up 2nd and long.
Evan Hughes, Jack Hughes pour 3 verges, 2e essai et 7 pour la formation du Nouveau-Brunswick.
Got a couple of yards and it ended up in the arms of Sean Mullen, who just wrapped him up and wouldn't let him go any further.
Got a favorable spot though, nearly 4 yards. 2nd and medium for Team New Brunswick. Arsenault throws it over the middle, and a little too far for James Fullerton. Ball falls incomplete.
Arsenault lancé au centre, vers le centre du terrain, trop haut et trop loin. Le receveur était James Fullerton, 3e essai maintenant pour le Nouveau-Brunswick, un botté de dégagement.
I would say they threw the ball to the right spot. The Fullerton just choked up a little bit, came back instead of going straight to the post, because the ball he had got past the 2 defensive backs and had a nice little seam to run through, but he just checked up early.
Tubb kicks from near center field. Short sidewinding kick, bobbles around and rolls out of bounds at the 26 of Quebec. Team Quebec will take over 1st and 10 from there.
Québec recevra le ballon de nouveau, mène 35-0 ici avec 5,38 à faire. Aucun point marqué dans ce 2e quart.
This Quebec team is just pinning their ears back and going straight for the kicker on these punts, just trying to put pressure on to try to get to the weak punts, knowing that they have good coverage and support behind them.
They also blocked one earlier ball, so they have a certain incentive to do it.
You get that pressure out there, block a punt, or put the pressure on the kicker as well.
Anthony Gauthier, quarterback for Quebec, hands it off, and it's Jamel Heshme-Horé rumbling to center field before he's angled out of bounds by Kyle Perry. But there is a penalty marker way back in the backfield.
2 penalty markers.
Jamel Heshme-Horé, une belle course à l'extérieur, environ 25 verges, mais punition. Sera contre le Nouveau-Brunswick.
Mouthguard warning. So the flag was a mouthguard warning.
Yeah, no, it was weird because the first indication was in the other direction.
Yeah.
And I was very confused.
So mouthguard warning issued against Team New Brunswick. That's not a penalty on the first offense. First down, Quebec at center field. Left, cutting it to the left and getting lots of open field is Hashmere. He's dragged down by Perry, but not after a big first down. However, yet another piece of nylon on the ground.
Un autre mouchoir sur le terrain, une autre belle course de Jamal Hashmé-Oré, 5'8", 156, qui joue pour le Sphinx de Jacques Rousseau de la région de Longueuil.
Looks like a hold.
Et la punition va revenir pour avoir retenu contre le Québec.
Oh, no,
Illegal block.
illegal block.
Pour un bloc, non pas avoir retenu, mais un bloc illégal.
And that takes now that play was beautifully executed. The actual trend, as he was taking the ball, giving the ball to the running back, they just hesitated long enough, and it allowed a lot of doors to open, and he just ran through them.
Brings up first and 20 for Quebec from their own 45 with the 10-yard illegal block penalty. Anthony Gauthier in at quarterback right now for Quebec. Drops back, throwing it down the rail, right side, and it's caught. Off to the races is Dave Leleka Balam, but he was still juggling it, I guess, in mid stride, and it fell to the turf.
Quelle touche de la part d'Anthony Gauthier sur la passe à Dave Leleka Balam, mais Balam ne pouvait pas contrôler le ballon.
Yeah, just well-placed football, leading him away from the defensive back, and he just wasn't able to secure it. And from us, it looked like he had secured it, but then it just
kept tumbling.
Kept going out beyond him.
He had it momentarily, and he was running without it, and big let-off there for Team New Brunswick. Meanwhile, over on the other side of the play, there's a New Brunswick player on one knee. So maybe just getting a hydration break.
Ce sera le deuxième essai et 20 pour le Québec. Le joueur en question, Simon Roussel.
Yeah. Simon Roussel was the injured New Brunswick player, but he seems to be walking off under his own power, seeming okay.
Yeah, I saw them putting a bit of water down between the shoulder pads there, so he may have had a bit of a stinger.
So 2nd and 20 for Team Quebec. Gauthier going to throw this one to the other side. It's caught at the 50 by Hugo Baudry, but he is tackled immediately for a short gain.
Hugo Baudry qui attrape le ballon sur la passe d'Anthony Gauthier pour 5 verges, 3e essai, botte de dégagement pour le Québec.
I think it was Jack Budden that ended up wrapping him up on that side of the field as he's getting the most of the congratulations, but gives him a 3rd and long. It's New Brunswick has started to take control of the game.
A little bit more success on defense for sure, our Team New Brunswick. High kick, wobbling in the direction of Tobin. He can't handle it, and it's smothered by Quebec.
Tobin ne pouvait pas jouer le ballon. Québec recevra le ballon de nouveau.
Emile Rodrigue falls on it for Quebec, and Quebec maintained the ball 1st and 10 at the 41 of New Brunswick.
Okay, maybe I'll cancel my last statement on that one. But no, he came in, he wasn't able to secure the football. It went right through his hands, and then not only that, it hit his knee and shot forward right towards the Quebec players.
So Quebec keep the football. Some bad luck there for Team New Brunswick. And Gauthier directing traffic, taking the ball, handing it off to Heshme, and he rumbles down the field all the way inside the 10. That's like 32 yards. Bring up first and goal.
32 verges pour Jamal Heshme-Oré. Belle course, belle feinte en allant à sa droite, va à sa gauche. Premier essai et but pour le Québec. On approche 3 minutes à faire dans cette première demi.
Perry tried to reach out and get an arm tackle on him, but just got blown through on that one, and he was able to get an extra 15 yards after that.
So first and goal for Quebec as they look to add to the 35-point lead. Hand off again to Heshme. This time he is dragged down by Ethan St. Pierre. Short gain on the play.
Ethan St. Pierre avec le plaqué a vu l'ouverture sur la course de Jamal Heshme-Oré.
Yeah, just solid middle linebacker play. He was able to react to the play, saw where the run was going, and was able to wrap up and bring him down.
3-minute warning given to the benches. Just under 3 minutes remaining now in the second quarter of play. Coach A calling signals for Quebec. Play action pass, rolling left. Receiver wide open, but the pass is overthrown. Leleka Balom was all by himself in the end zone, but the ball sailed out of bounds. Bring up third down.
Après 2 courses consécutives par Jamal Heshme-Oré, Gauthier fait la feinte et l'envoie à l'extérieur pour Dave Leleka-Balombe, mais trop haut, trop loin, passe incomplet, 3e essai maintenant et 7.
Yeah, that just sailed. It left his hand. It was just going way too high, and just carried well beyond the receiver.
Beauté de transformation pour 3 points.
Here comes a field goal attempt. Boisvert from 14. And that is wide left.
Frappé le poteau, on a raté la chance, toujours 35-0 en faveur du Québec.
That hit the upright, Paul?
It looked like it hit the upright. I just couldn't realize what.
Yeah.
So it
hit the left upright and went the outside of the left upright.
Yeah.
So that means that's dead ball. So no single point on the play. No rouge.
You can still see that upright wiggling a little bit there from the hit. I mean, they're pretty close.
So with the dead ball from the ball hitting the upright, instead of the rouge and taking the ball at the 35, Team New Brunswick get the ball at the 20. So first down, New Brunswick from their own 20, following the ball off the goal post. Here's an obscure rule for you.
I can tell you, if you try to hit those posts, not going to happen.
Brunswick organizing their offense here. There's 2:25 left in the first half. New Brunswick trail by 35. They don't have the right personnel on the field. That's the issue. That's the delay. All right.
Donc, un joueur sur le terrain pour le Nouveau-Brunswick. Passe à l'extérieur.
Big hit on Evan Lewis, but he hangs on. Gets back to the line of scrimmage there or thereabouts. Bring up 2nd and 10.
He evaded tackle for a loss, but by the time he turned around, there was just a whole sea of powder blue in front of him.
Aucun gain sur le jeu pour l'attraper Devin Lewis.
Brings up 2nd and 10. Arsenault spreads out the offense. Throws it over the middle, and not able to catch up with the pass was James Fullerton. It was over St. Cor, so sort of in between. And there's a penalty marker down, I believe.
Passe rapide d'Arsenault. Incomplet. Pénalité sur le terrain.
Oh, we got another clipping penalty here. Unnecessary roughness clipping against Team New Brunswick.
So that takes that incomplete pass, turns into, did they accept it, or are they going to take the second down?
Well, they've accepted the penalty.
Pénalité pour Rudess. Et on va faire reculer le Nouveau-Brunswick ici de 15 verges. Donc, deuxième essai et 25.
What do we got? We've got the marker is showing.
It shouldn't show third. It should
The
have.
marker is showing third, but yeah, down and distance with the unnecessary roughness.
That's an interesting call. Yeah, someone in the booth said you don't see that too often, and
No, but it makes sense. It's
Makes
an unnecessary roughness penalty. Those are often assessed after play. And play here would have been 3rd and 10, so after play is 3rd and 25.
The distance is 3rd and 25.
Troisième essai et 25. Ce sera un botté de dégagement.
So needless to say, punt team out there for Team New Brunswick. Brady Tubb deep in his end zone. Returner is at the 35 of New Brunswick. And Tubb is just going to take a knee, concede a safety touch, put 2 more points on the board for Team Quebec to make it 37-0.
Donc, on met le genou par terre. On donne 2 points au Québec. Et ça met le pointage à 37-0.
and that's the first point scored in this second quarter.
Yeah, the Brunswick defense has stiffened somewhat compared to the initial onslaught that Quebec gave them in the first quarter. Amherst Toyota is a proud supporter of hard work, leadership, teamwork, and excellence in our youth. That's why we are dedicated to supporting football, including minor, high school, football New Brunswick, and the Mount Allison Mounties. We are proud to welcome you all to Sackville, New Brunswick, the definition of small-town football. Come see why so many people choose Amherst Toyota. Following the safety touch, Quebec have opted to take the ball 1st and 10 at their own 35.
Le Québec a pris l'option de prendre le ballon à leur 35, premier essai.
Handoff, sneaking through the middle is Felix Rodrigue. Gains about 4 on the play.
Rodrigue, une course de 3 verges. Deuxième essai.
We have a Brunswick player slow to get up.
Caught up in the wash, and as the two lines collided there, but that's 4 yards in that play. It didn't look like it was 4 yards, but it's amazing how much push you got from that big Quebec offensive line.
Trying to ascertain the number of the injured New Brunswick player. I think it might be Gabriel Desmond, number 32.
42?
I think 32, linebacker Gabriel Desmond.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Gabriel Desmond de la région de Saint-Jean qui a joué avec Saint John High, qui vient de la région de Saint-Jean, qui est sur le terrain, se relève sur sa propre force.
He's up and walking off, which is always good to see. And I think we get Connor Weir checking in the linebacking core for Team New Brunswick. He's got the cleanest jersey anyway. Yeah, getting some final help on positioning. 2nd and 6 for Team Quebec. Gauthier airs it out down the field. It's caught. Oh, the ball's on the ground.
Oh, passe incomplete.
Incomplete. Okay, look, just not enough control by Jackson Ossange.
The ball was pulled away. I mean, I think it was just a well-timed hit. You know, you get in there right as he's trying to secure the football, you take him down to the ground and the ball pops out. They're going to give you an incomplete all the time.
Très belle opportunité ratée pour le Québec. Un autre botte de dégagement.
Pass 3 back to kick with a minute and 33 remaining in the second quarter. Usual suspects back to return for New Brunswick, Lewis and Tobin. And the snap is super high, but no pressure, so that gives Patry a chance to regroup, kick it down the field. Tobin near his own 40, dancing around, trying to get outside, does a stiff arm, gets a block, but that's going to induce a flag as that block was from behind. And he didn't get any extra yards on it anyway, pulled down at the 47.
Quel jeu pour la formation du Nouveau-Brunswick, mais la pénalité va tout nier ceci en raison d'un bloc illégal par derrière. Le Nouveau-Brunswick aura premier essai.
2 flags came out on that one for the same penalty, but
I think,
you're right in front of two officials. You don't do stuff like that, and I mean, you're just trying to see if you can get around the corner.
So, illegal block from behind will be one of the penalties if there is only one, or
I think there was. I think they both basically threw at the same time. So
both flagged the same offense. Let's get confirmation from the referee on that. Huh. Interesting. They called that unnecessary roughness as opposed to just the simple illegal block.
I think that might be the case, though, especially in under 16, where you're going to hit hits like that. Yeah. I mean, they're showing the clipping, right? Yeah. And you know, when you have the younger players, you want to give them the safest playing field.
So the full call is clipping. New Brunswick will start 1st and 10 from their own 30. Arsenault hands it off. Nice running lane for Anofi. He has a head of steam. Carries a couple of tacklers across center field into Quebec territory.
Anofi avec un gain de 30 verges en allant à l'extérieur. Le plus grand jeu pour le Nouveau-Brunswick ici dans cette rencontre.
For the running backs, we've normally seen like small little running lanes, little pathways, but he had a full highway in front of him, just so wide and so open for him, and he just got chased down at the end, but just a great run.
Yeah, William Kabalambi with the tackle that time for Team Quebec. First down to Brunswick, got to Quebec 51, 36 seconds left. Pitch to Anofi again. This time Quebec string the play out and he gets a minimal gain. There's also a penalty marker on the play. Holding is the initial indication.
Gain d'une verge pour Anofi, mais pénalité sur le terrain. Probablement sur le côté du Nouveau-Brunswick pour l'avoir retenu.
Yeah, and where the flag came out, it looked like a hold right at the point of attack.
Yep, that's the call. Penalty is accepted. It'll bring up 1st and 20.
There's only 29.3 seconds left on the clock, so give them a longer field.
So New Brunswick, a little bit longer to go if they hope to score in this half. Spread the offense on 1st and long. Arsenault drops back to pass, throws it, and in the general direction of Sancourt, but he can't hang on in traffic, and the ball falls incomplete.
5 heures ne peut pas attraper la passe d'Arsenault. Deuxième essai.
Chant comes up from the crowd, 506, which of course is the dominant area code. Not the only one in New Brunswick anymore, but the dominant area code for telephone numbers. 506 football, of course, is the slogan of Football NB. Arsenault airs it up down the rail, left side. Two defenders and receiver collide. Ball falls to the turf, and there's a penalty marker.
On aura une punition ici. Ça va être contre le Québec.
This could be a pass interference call. Let's have a look. Oh, it's multiple, and there's a marker right on the line of scrimmage on the far side as well. What do we got here?
See what the indications are, because that was thrown into double coverage, and the receiver became the defender on that play.
Pourrait avoir une punition de chaque côté.
Looks like one each. Let's have a look. What do we got?
La passe d'Arsenault est envoyée vers la direction d'Evan Lewis.
Okay, both penalties are against Quebec. One was for illegal contact before the to someone other than the intended receiver. That was declined, and the pass interference was accepted.
Donc les deux pénalités ont été vers la direction du Québec.
So the pass interference is an automatic first down in 15 yards. So first and 10 for New Brunswick from the Quebec 46.
20 secondes à faire dans cette première demi. Premier essai pour le Nouveau-Brunswick.
Arsenault sends three receivers to his right, hands it off to Adovi. He's got nowhere to go. He is hunted down from behind by Zian Esegoni, and there's a late flag on the play.
Mouchoir sur le terrain après la course d'Anofi.
They're coming from the back, Judge.
Yeah,
Il semble que ça pourrait aller contre le Québec.
That's way away from the play, too. What do we got? Unnecessary roughness against Quebec.
I'm wondering if there was some after the play.
Yeah. So 15-yard penalty assessed against Quebec brings first and 10 from the 32, 14.8 seconds left.
And that also turns it from a running play into a penalty, which gives stops the clock.
Sorry, 31, that's where they spotted the ball.
Après la punition de 15 verges, ballon est à la 31. Premier essai pour le Nouveau-Brunswick.
Arsenault airs it out over the middle.
Passe.
And I think that's intercepted. It is indeed hauled out of the sky by Émile Rodrigue for Quebec.
Passe interceptée par le Québec.
I mean, Evan Lewis, they knew it was going to be, they were going to attempt a long pass, and Evan Lewis is the one they've been going to, so they had double coverage on that side. It sort of mirrored the play that we saw on the near side of the field just a few downs ago.
Émile Rodrigue avec l'interception du séminaire Saint-Joseph, le vert et or de la région de Trois-Rivières. Le Québec va terminer la première demi avec possession du ballon.
Quebec take over first and 10 at their own 9.2 seconds left in the half. They look like they're in run down the clock formation there. They're going to have to snap it to get the ball, to get the clock started. They do. And that is the final play of the first half after 2 quarters of football. The score, Quebec 37, New Brunswick 0.
24 minutes qui est écoulée. On est à mi-temps. Ça a été tout le Québec, 35 points, dont le premier quart, même 37-0 à mi-temps. Donc, quelques instants, nous aurons la deuxième demi. Les deux équipes s'en vont au vestiaire pour faire leurs ajustements nécessaires.
And it was a tough first quarter, but I think Team New Brunswick earned a little bit of respect there in that second quarter and seemed to, at least on the defensive side, get a bit more control on the football. They still have to get some points on the board. They're still having some high-risk plays that they've been trying out, but it's starting to become a little bit more balanced than what we saw at the beginning of the game.
There's a 10-minute halftime, so we're going to take a little break. So for Roger Surrett and Paul Delmont, I'm going to say bye for now. We'll see you in about 10 minutes.
So many people choose Amherst Toyota.
So you had to say that before the game, didn't you? What?
At this time, we'd also like to
Hello everyone, welcome back to the U16 Eastern Challenge presented by Amherst Toyota. I'm Craig Brett along with Roger Surrett and Paul Delmont at Alumni Field on the campus of Mount Allison University in Sackville, New Brunswick. I'd like to acknowledge our sponsor, Amherst Toyota. Amherst Toyota is a proud supporter of hard work, leadership, teamwork, and excellence in our youth. That's why we are dedicated to supporting football, including minor, high school, football in New Brunswick, and the Mount Allison Mounties. We are proud to welcome you all to Sackville, New Brunswick, the definition of small town football. Come see why so many people choose Amherst Toyota. Team's just getting ready to enter back onto the field. The first quarter belonged to Quebec. They racked up a 35-0 lead. Second quarter, a little more even. Quebec scored 2. New Brunswick didn't score any. 37-0 is the halftime score. So, what do we expect in this second half, gentlemen?
It'll be interesting to see which way they're going to take it out there. If Quebec is going to just sort of cruise along for a while and not put too much pressure on. I mean, they don't know they'll have a game in 3 days, so they want to make sure they keep everyone in shape. But they also want to keep New Brunswick honest. And New Brunswick is just playing with a lot of heart. They've got to try to see if they can get something on the board. But I think they earned a lot of respect back in that second quarter.
Pour ceux et celles qui viennent tout juste à se joindre à nous, On va commencer le troisième quart dans quelques instants. Le Québec qui a dominé le premier quart avec 35 points, même 37-0 après la première demi. Le Nouveau-Brunswick va recevoir le ballon pour le début de la deuxième demi. Mais après le premier quart, il y a eu plusieurs ajustements, surtout à la défensive du côté du Nouveau-Brunswick. On voit le numéro 43 qui est en train de marcher au centre, Ethan Saint-Pierre, le demi-défensif. Un très bon demi-défensif pour le Nouveau-Brunswick. Donc, on va voir le botté de dégagement qui va être fait par le Québec dans quelques instants. Et le Nouveau-Brunswick qui aura possession au début du troisième quart.
Indeed, and New Brunswick will receive the kick to start the second half. And it will be kicked off by Eamon Boisvert of Team Quebec. Has the ball on the 45-yard line. Returners for New Brunswick are Aiden Tobin and Evan Lewis, the same pairing we've seen in the first half. Brunswick getting the personnel on a little bit late, but we're ready to go to start the third quarter of football.
Le Nouveau-Brunswick va aller de droite à gauche de votre écran.
And here we go. The second half is underway. Evan Lewis scoops up the football for New Brunswick at his 20, runs straight into that disciplined cover team at the 27.
Evan Lewis qui prend le ballon sur le banc. Une course de 7 verges. Premier essai pour le Nouveau-Brunswick à leur 27.
Tyler Mercier with the tackle for Quebec on that play.
If they keep to the way they were playing in that last quarter and just trying to maintain drives, that's keeping possession of the football is going to be very important.
And if it looks like the middle of the D line for Quebec, Peterson, David Claude looks bigger than everyone else, it's because he is. Get to that in a moment. Run left side for 3 yards for New Brunswick. Anofi.
Abdul Matin. Anofi. Course pour 3 verges.
So that big defensive tackle for Quebec measures 6'2", 357 pounds. This is U16 football, everyone. Second and long for New Brunswick. Pass just a tiny bit behind James Fullerton from Diego Arsenault. Falls incomplete. It'll bring up third down.
Diego Arsenault, la passe qui va derrière le numéro 82, James Fullerton, passe incomplet. Et le Nouveau-Brunswick, sur la première possession de ce troisième quart, vont faire un botté de dégagement.
Fullerton ran a nice little bang route, just taking it up the hash marks, and then you just dig and go to the outside, and the hands are there, and just couldn't secure the football.
Brady Tubb counting off the New Brunswick players, asking for another one. With the pressure he's been under on his kicks, he needs everyone he can get in front of him. Snap is a bit of a wobbly one, kind of slow getting to him, and all he can do is fall on the ball under the pressure.
Le transfert flottant qui se rend au botteur Brady Tubb. Tombe sur le ballon. Possession va être au Québec à l'intérieur de la 20.
The big thing with this Quebec team is they've got solid special teams play, and they do send a lot of pressure on the kicks. They're going for it every single time, knowing that they've got good coverage back down the field. And all he knew is that the ball went down, he had to get on top of it, or they might, well, no matter what, the ball's going to turn over where it is, but just secure the football.
Louis Fortier back in at quarterback for Quebec, takes a snap, hands it off to Felix Rodrigue. He bounces off a couple of would-be tacklers and in for a touchdown, Quebec.
Et Félix Rodrigue, qui a vu une ouverture dans le milieu du terrain, n'a pas hésité. Et 19 verges, un touché. Et le Québec qui mène 43-0.
That's twice in this game now that Quebec have scored a touchdown immediately after a turnover ball.
Yeah, no, it was just a solid play. He bounced off. The first stopping became more of a block than a tackle, and then evaded an open field tackle, took it off to the right side, and got the touchdown.
While there to attempt the convert. Kick is up, kick is good.
Beauté de transformation réussie, 44-0 maintenant.
That makes the score 44-0. Crowd tries to rally the NB team with the chant 506.
They know they'll be getting the football, and we'll see if they can get some decent field position on the return.
Brian Fisher is our producer this evening. Greg Ireland, Dave Colley, and Pierre Morin are the camera operators. Ian Allen is the site coordinator here at Alumni Field.
Sackville, Nouveau-Brunswick, à environ 30 minutes de la région du Grand Moncton, sur le campus de l'Université de Mount Allison, une très belle université, reconnue à être une des plus belles universités au Canada.
Lewis on the return for New Brunswick, nowhere to go.
Le Québec donne aucune chance aux porteurs de ballon à trouver des ouvertures, à trouver des allées. Ferme tout ce qu'il y a en avant d'eux. Premier essai ici pour le Nouveau-Brunswick.
Evan Lewis seems to be every Quebec player's best friend. They all want to meet up with him.
That was deja vu all over again as Tyler Mercier once again was the player that he was funneled in toward, and Mercier made the tackle. First down, New Brunswick at their own 28. Inside handoff, Hughes over the 35, out to the 37, near the first down marker. We'll wait for the spot.
Jack Hughes qui a trouvé un allée. Premier essai ici pour le Nouveau-Brunswick.
I think they were looking a little bit more for the pass on that one, and Lewis just was able to had a nice little lane open up for him, and he was able to exploit it.
Et Hughes, après le jeu, a tombé sur un genou.
So he's on one knee. He's going to receive a little bit of assistance getting off the field.
There was some serious weight on the stoppage of his run.
Abdul Matin Anofi, de nouveau dans la rencontre pour le Nouveau-Brunswick.
So Anofi checks into the backfield to replace Hughes on 2nd and 1. St. Cyr in as a fullback from his tight end. They're just going to do the quarterback keeper straight up the gut, and that's enough for a first down as Diego Arsenault moves the sticks.
Diego Arsenault a élu de garder le ballon avec lui. Un gain de 3 verges, assez pour un premier essai pour le Nouveau-Brunswick.
First and 10, New Brunswick from their own 40. Diego Arsenault sends 2 receivers either side. He's got an H-back there just in front of the O-line. They run in the direction of the H-back, but Anofi couldn't get there. Pursuit from the backside with the produces the tackle. I think it was Ada Nathaniel Lampron.
Yeah, I mean, the H-back is giving you sort of double protection there, helping protect the quarterback and helping to give a bit better lead block for the running back.
It would be a yellow ticket. Code is 66
Là, on prend avec le plaqué sur Anofi pour une perte d'une verge.
Second and 11 for New Brunswick. Pass is caught up near the 45-yard line by Yannick Caron. He's about 4 yards short of a first down.
Yannick Caron avec un gain de 7 verges, troisième essai. Maintenant pour le Nouveau-Brunswick, ils vont botter le ballon ici avec 3,50 à faire dans le troisième quart.
They have a lot more success with those passes. They turn back and just protect them, put themselves between the ball and the defending players and make sure they can secure that pass.
So Tubb back in punt formation again. A little bit of cleaner snap this time, gets the ball away. Ball carries out of bounds between center field and the 50 of Quebec. They'll mark it officially at the 52. Quebec will start first and 10 from there.
Québec aura le ballon à leur 52, près de mi-terrain.
Just got a lot of air on that punt, but not a lot of distance. And luckily, it just did a one hop out of bounds and still keeping Quebec on their side of the field.
Handoff inside to Hashmeore. He's off to the races. Flag flies as he goes down the sidelines. Tracked down from behind by Ethan St. Pierre down near the 15-yard line. We'll see what that flag's about.
Hashmeore avec une très belle course de 43 verges, mais une punition sur le terrain, la plaquée par
It was a holding on the cornerback on the left side of the formation.
Ethan Saint-Pierre avec le plaqué.
Okay, so that flag occurred after the first down, so it'll be first down for Quebec. It happened when the ball was at the 42, so they'll move it back to the 52 of New Brunswick, and it'll be first and 10 for Quebec. So, penalty after yards gained. Hand off again to Hashmeore. Again going left side. This time he's hauled to the ground by Cale Perry.
Hashmeore avec une course à l'extérieur, deuxième essai pour le Québec.
Second and 4. He got 6 on that one. 6.5.
Un gain de 7 verges.
Cale Perry doing just being able to jump out there and hang on for that tackle.
Another handoff, and ball's on the ground. I don't know if it came out after the tackle or not, as Ethan St. Pierre wrapped up the ball carrier. We got a flag in the backfield. A lot going on that play.
Ethan St. Pierre avec le plaqué sur Hashmeore.
Yeah, I mean, the ball did come out, but it was after he was down by contact. And St. Pierre was able to hook on to them and bring him down to ground. But interesting to see what the penalty is in the back. Yeah.
Well, it's the referee's flag, so we have unnecessary roughness against Quebec. We have unnecessary roughness against New Brunswick. Okay.
Maybe a bit of extracurriculars there in the by the quarterback.
In the O-line area, yeah. Okay, so offsetting penalties, second down.
Ils vont rejouer l'essai. Deuxième essai et 3. Punition pour rudesse des deux côtés.
Okay, so second and 3.
Deuxième essai et 3.
All right, hand off to didn't get a number on that truck that time. It was Rodrigue that time. He's tripped up by Ethan St. Pierre.
Rodrigue avec la course aura premier essai. Une autre plaqué par Ethan St. Pierre.
And that's the last play of the third quarter. After 3 quarters of play, the score Quebec 44, New Brunswick 0.
2 numbers you're seeing called a lot, or we're mentioning a lot, is number 17, number 43. They're just coming into where the action is. And the play gets stopped up. Usually they're going to see their number around them.
Amherst Toyota is a proud supporter of hard work, leadership, teamwork, and excellence in our youth. That is why we are dedicated to supporting football, including minor, high school, football in New Brunswick, and the Mount Allison Mounties. We are proud to welcome you all to Sackville, New Brunswick, the definition of small town football. Come see why so many people choose Amherst Toyota. As we start the fourth quarter, it's first down for Quebec. A little bit of miscommunication on a potential handoff, and the quarterback is scrambling. And guess who's there to haul down Fortier? It's Ethan St. Pierre. He had a little bit of help on that play from his linebacking partner, Connor Weir. But still a gain of about 3, maybe 4 on the play for Quebec.
Une des rares erreurs pour le Québec, manque de communication entre le corps arrière et le porteur de ballon. Où ce que Louis Fortier était forcé de garder le ballon, mais a quand même eu un gain de 3 verges pour le plaquer encore une autre fois, Ethan St. Pierre.
Yeah, he was just tracking that on the back. It was falling back and forth, and as he saw him trying to break to the outside, he's able to get there and get the wrap up.
Okay, throwing. Got a receiver in the corner. It's caught.
Belle passe à l'extérieur. Adam Nathaniel Lomprand qui a attrapé le ballon.
Yeah, just a nice little corner route out to the left side of the formation. The ball was thrown perfectly just to the outside, giving leverage to the receiver, and he was able to bring it in before he had to go out of bounds at the 5-yard line.
Zaleka Balam with the catch for Quebec brings up first and goal from the 6. Fortier got a receiver open out there, and in for the touchdown is Samuel Patry. Put 6 more on the board for Team Quebec.
Un autre touché à l'extérieur. Et le Cabolombe, il attrape la passe de Louis Fortier. Si le Québec peut réussir cette beauté de transformation, ce sera 51-0.
No, I mean, he just came out, ran his route, and just stopped shy of the goal line, and then was able to pull it in and roll into the end zone.
Kick is up, and is good. Makes it 51-0 with 9:24 remaining in the fourth quarter.
You know, this bend and not break, but there's just you give them this one little opening, and they're just going to capitalize on it. So you have to play solid all across. You have to watch who you're covering. You have to watch your areas of zone, and we've seen a couple of these where they were just wide open because they just were left in the coverage.
So another kickoff coming up for Team Quebec. Lewis is the deepest returner on the kicker side. So Boisvert ready to address the football. There it goes. Hops down to Lewis. He collects it at his 12. And he's tackled. by Sackville Fortin. Penalty markers fly.
Two of them.
Tackle might have been a smidgen high, maybe?
I think so. I think it was a high tackle, but we'll see what the...
Unnecessary roughness, face masking. So he caught the face mask on the way by.
Punition de 15 verges pour avoir pris la grille protectrice pour le Québec. Sur le retour, Devin Lewis.
Yeah.
Premier essai pour le Nouveau-Brunswick.
He pretty much stopped dead in his tracks, so my guess is that the arm came up and just came across the grill.
So New Brunswick start from their own 38, 1st and 10. Handoff to Jacob Picard.
Maybe had 2 yards on that carry.
Jacob Picard, 2 verges sur le porté.
Maybe 1 yard.
Jacob Powell is carried. 2nd and 9.
Second and 9 for New Brunswick. Arsenault throwing it down the middle.
Passe d'Arsenault presque intercepté.
Almost intercepted and then almost fell into the arms of St. Cyr and then just hit the carpet for an incomplete pass.
Bel effort pour le Nouveau-Brunswick, le duo de 5 heures et Arsenault. Fréchette qui a presque intercepté le ballon.
Yeah, that ball went out there. They knew where the ball was going. There were 3 Quebec defenders around him, and Moore sort of had to play an interrupter of their interception.
So another punt coming up for Brady Tubb. Gets a nice clean snap, gets the ball away under pressure. Bounces near center field and into touch.
Brady Tubb, encore de la pression sur lui. Son bottés seront en mi-terrain avec 5 à faire, dont le 4e quart.
It looks like they're going to be putting the ball pretty darn close to the middle of the A there, just a bit beyond.
So at the 54 of Team New Brunswick, Quebec start 1st and 10. Clock is running with 5:10 remaining. Louis Fortier. Oh, sorry, check that. Anthony Gauthier, 17. Just turned his back to me as I said it. In at quarterback. He hands it off. And trying to breaking one tackle, but not the rest of them.
Très beau jeu à la défensive. Nouveau-Brunswick qui ont percé la ligne offensive pour arrêter le porteur de ballon, Heshme-Oré, derrière la ligne.
He tried, but he just couldn't get free.
Yeah, Gabriel Desmond got in that last grip on him and just refused to let go and just wasn't able to get around the corner.
Pascal Robichaud is the injured New Brunswick player, taking his time. Getting to his feet, looks like he should be able to walk up under his own power at this point. Just a little bit of assistance from the training staff. It's hard work there in the lines, and there's a defensive lineman who just got kind of caught up in the wash, I should say, Paul.
And they were putting a lot of pressure up front, and they locked up all the running lanes. So he was trying to get to the outside and was not even allowed to do that.
2nd and 13 for Quebec from their own 53.
Perte de 2 verges sur la dernière portée.
And coming around the outside with the sack is Gabriel Desmond. Big loss for Quebec.
That's his his drive. Has a 1-2 punch there. First stopping the running back and then getting in on the quarterback from the blind side.
Gabriel Desmond impliqué dans les 2 derniers jeux. Cette fois-ci, le sac sur le corps arrière Et le Québec vont botter le ballon.
Lewis and Tobin back to return. Kick bounces to Lewis inside his own 30. He heads for the sidelines. He's thrown to the ground by Ada Nathaniel Lampron.
Lampron avec le plaqué solide sur Evan Lewis. Le Nouveau-Brunswick auront possession avec une approche de 3 minutes à faire, donc quart numéro 4.
I'd say Evan Lewis is going to be needing a few ice packs after this game.
Yeah, he's run into a few powder blue walls. 3-minute warning. Quebec maintain a 51-0 lead. Arsenault rolls to his right. He's under pressure. Throws it, and it's intercepted.
Passe interceptée avec Arsenault qui lance dans les mains d'Émile Rodrigue.
That's his second INT of the afternoon/evening.
Just solid play. Read that. Just hung back enough that when after the ball was thrown, was able to jump in front of the route and secure the football. And also, I mean, there was hot pursuit from the rear. He had to get rid of that football when he did.
Émile Rodrigue avec son deuxième interception de cette rencontre. Le Québec maintenant avec possession, avec l'horloge qui s'écoule ici, qu'on approche 2 minutes à faire de la rencontre.
First and 10 Quebec from the New Brunswick 39. Handed off left side to Rodrigue, I think that is in the game. Yep, and he's stopped after a gain of about 3 on the play.
Félix Rodrigue porte le ballon. Deuxième essai, 7.
Keeping on the ground, just make sure they're keeping the ball secure. They've got the game in hand right now, and just play a nice controlled game for the last 3 minutes.
Gauthier taking his time with this one, using the clock. A little bit of a low snap, but Gauthier handles it, rolls to his left, turns in field, and collects a first down as Gabriel Desmond makes another play for the Brunswick defense.
Anthony Gauthier élit de garder le ballon avec lui, court pour le premier essai pour le Québec.
They had good coverage down the field. They were able to keep his passing options away from him, but he's able to bootleg around to the side and get that first down.
Under a minute left now. As Anthony Gauthier hands it off to Felix Rodrigue. He gets through the middle, weaving and bobbing and finding his way into the end zone for another Quebec touchdown.
Félix Rodrigue qui ouvre les options, va gauche, droite, perce le milieu et fait son deuxième touché de la rencontre.
I mean, this guy, the Felix, he's 5'6", 141 pounds. And he just was darting and going, like watching a skiing through a slalom and just finding his way, and just a hard guy to get a hand on.
Yeah, for guys that size, you don't measure them by height and weight. You measure them by miles per hour. And that was just speed.
Beauté de transformation ici pour le Québec.
No time left on the clock. Kick is up and good. And that'll make the final score, Quebec 58, New Brunswick 0.
La marque finale, 58-0 pour le Québec. La formation québécoise a encore marqué 35 points, dont le premier quart, et n'ont pas regardé derrière. Joueront samedi soir à 19h, heure de l'Atlantique, 18h, heure de l'Est, pour affronter l'Ontario, qui ont remporté leur rencontre plus tôt cet après-midi contre la Nouvelle-Écosse par la marque de 27-7.
So that's the second of the preliminary round games in the books. The losers of the preliminary round games, New Brunswick and Nova Scotia, will meet at 4 p.m. Atlantic time on Saturday for the third place game. The championship game will be fought between Quebec and Ontario at 7 p.m. Atlantic time
and
on
I'll
Saturday.
be here for the 7 o'clock game.
Glad to have you, Roger, for any game you want to come and help us do.
Are they going to be handing out the
There will be
game awards?
We'll stay on air for a few moments while they hand out the MVP of the game awards for the two teams. They select an offensive and defensive most valuable player for each team, so the teams will be invited to line up at their 45-yard lines for that in a few moments. I have my suspicions as to who will be the defensive MVP for New Brunswick.
I have a good guess.
Well, if you're looking for defensive MVP, certainly is going to you're going to have Ethan St. Pierre, who is going to be definitely be considered. But Gabriel Desmond had a great second half as well. That's another name that you could throw your hat in the ring. He played very well in the second half. Got a sack.
Yep. We'll see what the official. The official selectors are over to our right, the official spotters from Football MB. We're having a little conference about that, making notes as the game went on. So we will see what they come up with. Lots of choices, of course, on offense for Quebec. They had lots of strong performances throughout the team. We'll see what they come up with for the defense for Quebec as well. I have a suspicion, but you never know.
I think it's going to be an interesting game at 4 on Saturday.
Yeah, between New Brunswick and Nova Scotia. The you were not. You didn't see the game this afternoon.
No, I didn't see the first game, but from what I hear, it was very close during the first half between Ontario and Nova Scotia. Just Ontario opened up the reins in the second half, so it should be an interesting game for the third place game between New Brunswick and Nova Scotia Battle of the Maritimes here at Alumni Field, basically on the Nova Scotia border. So it's going to be a fun battle to watch.
Oh yeah, there's always lots of fun between these two provinces when they play on this field, and I mean the Nova Scotia really solid defensive play, especially in the first half, and they were kind of worn down by Ontario later. Their offense wasn't that varied, but it had some good athletic players in it, so it should be an interesting battle. I'm expecting a bit of a defensive battle in the first game. The second game on Saturday, who knows? This Quebec team is really talented, but the Ontario team had some pretty good looking athletes out there too. So it should be a tough game. I would still say Quebec is probably the favorites on the final, but they always say you got to play the game on the field, right?
That's right. You got to play that game on the field. 48 minutes, anything can happen.
And, each team will have a bit of game film to take a look at, see where, I'm sure they've done some study, but especially when you have these amalgamated teams, it's not like you can see how they're playing with the other players until these games happen.
All right, so Mount Allison head coach Peter Fraser will present the awards.
Game award for Team New Brunswick, le joueur défensif du match pour l'équipe du Nouveau-Brunswick sera number 43, Ethan St. Pierre, linebacker.
Ethan St. Pierre, the defensive player of the game for Team New Brunswick.
Now, the winner of the most valuable offensive player of the game for New Brunswick, le joueur offensif du match pour l'équipe du Nouveau-Brunswick est number 21, numéro 21,
Abdul Martin Anofi, the offensive player of the game for New Brunswick. Running back who made some tough yards out there against a tough defense.
And now, the most valuable player on the defensive side for Quebec, le joueur défensif du match pour l'équipe de Québec est numéro 20, number 20, Emile Rodriguez.
Emile Rodrigue, the defensive player of the game, with his 2 interceptions for Team Quebec. A little delay. They want a photo without the helmet.
And now, the winner of the most valuable offensive player of the game, award for Québec, le joueur offensif du match de Québec, pour l'équipe Québec A, numéro 1, David Gabriel Georges, running back.
David Gabriel Georges, the offensive player of the game, and he earned that within the first 3 minutes.
And don't forget for today,
so once again, everyone, final score here in Sackville, Quebec 48, New Brunswick 0. The U16 Eastern Challenge continues on Saturday, July 8th, with a 4 p.m. third place game between New Brunswick and Nova Scotia, and the 7 p.m. championship game between Quebec and Ontario. It remains for me to thank the crew, our producer Brian Fisher, camera operators Greg Ireland, Dave Colley, and Pierre Morin, our site coordinator Ian Allen, and to recognize the work of my broadcast partners, Paul Delmotte and Roger Surrett. I'm Craig Brett saying thanks everyone for tuning in. Bye for now.
Yeah.